Hello guys and welcome back to the Everton Career Mode. Today we're going with a live episode. There's going to be no games in this episode. We're basically going through the shortlist, selling any players that we don't need and getting ready for the start of Season 2. So obviously in the last episode we finished off the previous season. We came, we came fourth, didn't we? We came fourth, so we got the Champions League spot. But today the first thing I'm going to do is go through the sell players tab, show you guys who I'm looking to get rid of. And unfortunately, as you can see, Eto'o and Pienaar are retiring. So Steven Pienaar, even though he said he wanted to leave the club, he probably won't be leaving the club today because he isn't actually going to be able to. I can't sell him, so he is going to retire, which is a bit of a shame because I was looking to sell him. We obviously have Alcaraz here, who is going to be someone that I'm looking to sell, to be honest. And we have Samuel Eto'o retiring, which is a pain in the arse. So we are going to be bringing in 1 to 2 new strikers because I also want to sell Kone. Kone really hasn't been doing it for me recently. He hasn't done a lot this season, and he is getting on a little bit. Baines I'm looking to keep. Jagielka I'm going to keep for probably one more season. And Barry, again, probably keep for one more season. And Tim Howard we are going to be selling, but we're probably going to be doing a straight swap for a new goalkeeper. So we're going to go into the shortlist, and we're going to go through it one by one, showing you who I want to sign. So I want a goalkeeper, a central midfielder, and a striker. That's the main positions that we want to fill. So for straight away, we've got Kevin Trapp here. We don't know a lot about him, but he's a solid keeper. He has an alright potential. He's quite tall, which is, what I like in a keeper. And we are going to scout him and possibly inquire as well. And we have Begovic here, who is probably a keeper that I'm not going to go for because he's a bit more, I don't know. He's just like the sort of keeper that everyone signs. So I don't particularly want to get Begovic, and I think he'll be expensive. But we will inquire about all of these players and get back some offers. Sirigu is the keeper that I would love to get, but he is going to be ridiculously expensive. He's an 84 overall. He's valued at 18.5 million, which is a lot more than Tim Howard is valued at. So it will be difficult to get him. Moving on into the central midfielders, or CDMs more to the point. Morgan Schneiderlin, someone that we were going to sign last season. I would like to get him, but he could be fairly expensive. But again, we will inquire about Schneiderlin. And Junior Malanda here, who is another solid central midfielder, but is a bit more of the person, again, that everyone signs in their career modes. And I don't know if I want to get him, but we'll inquire anyway. And then we have Benjamin Stambouli, who looks like a pretty decent player, to be honest. He's 24 years old. We'll inquire about him as well. Marco Hoga as well. Hoga would be a very cheap option, actually. I can imagine we could get him for quite cheap from Schalke, so he would be a great idea as well. And we have Kovacic here, who is someone we looked at last time. I'm going to inquire, but I know he'll be way over that 20 million mark, as he is a young prospect. We have Axel Witsel here, who again, I can imagine being fairly expensive, but he'd be an awesome signing in that central midfield. He's 6'1", solid player, and would be like the best signing probably. And Adrian Silva here, who is actually a very good player and would fit into the team very nicely. Probably the player that's going to be more realistic, depending on his price. We can't actually inquire about him for some reason. Moving on to the strikers, we have Emmanuel Emenike here, who is someone that I kind of put there just in case we need to get him. I don't think we're going to be able to get Emenike. He'll be extremely expensive. We can't inquire about any more people, so we'll have to kind of wait. But we have Vargas here as well, who would be hopefully fairly cheap. If we could get him for kind of that base value of £8 million, that would be awesome. We have Brown Day here, who is someone that I really want to get. I think he would be an awesome signing, and if we could get him for £5.5 million, then that would be great. And what I'm actually going to do is approach West Brom straight away and try and get him. Look at that. We could get him for possibly £7 million, which I think would be awesome. So what I'm going to do is go in with a bid of £5.5 million for a day. He would be awesome. He's not going to grow that much, but he'll be a great backup when Eto'o goes, and he could even fit into the first team more regularly than Alcacer. We have Musa here, who again is someone that I don't think I'll be going for because he's very generic, and again, I don't want to sign the players that everyone else signs. We have Berahino here, is someone that I think we could get easily. He's going to be cheap as chips because he is quite a low rated player. So I'm going to go in with just a 2 million bid to start with, just to see if they'll accept that. And we could do with getting Brown Day and Berahino, both from West Bromwich Albion. It will be difficult, but they'll be great backup strikers. So we are going to advance on a little bit in the transfer window and see whether or not we can get any of these players. And we're going to get a lot of offers back. So 20 million for Trapp, that could be a little bit expensive. 29 for Begovic, straight away we're not going for Begovic. Schneiderlin, okay, 21, 12.5 for Stambouli. Kovacic, 20 million. Witsel 20 million. So I don't think we're going to be in for any of them. Now, Trapp, I don't know how much we're going to have to offer. What I'm going to do to start with is we're just going to offer up Tim Howard. Because I imagine Tim Howard's a higher rating than Trapp anyway. Why can't I sell Tim Howard? Oh, God, don't tell me he's retiring. I somehow think he's retiring at contract end. Oh, Lord. Christ's sake. This is what I didn't want because we need to sell him. Why can't we... I don't know why we can't offer up Tim Howard. That's really weird. We might have to sell Howard then. I don't know. That's really weird why we can't put him up as a, you know, offer. But yeah, that's weird. I'm not sure if he was he in the first team or not. Sirigu 36. There's no way we're gonna get Sirigu. I mean, I wasn't expecting quite that much for a goalkeeper, and that is part of the problem with inquiring. I thought my Xbox froze then. Is that it does cost a shit ton, really. Again, can we put up Howard as an offer? I don't know why we can't, because it's a bit of a worry, really. He's nowhere to be seen. There's certain players that just don't show up on this list, which is a little bit annoying. So Sirigu again, probably not going to get him. Junior Milanda 15, Hoga 9. So Hoga could be a really good signing. I don't know how much we'd have to offer for him though, but I mean he could be a fairly cheap signing. And for some reason my Xbox is really freaking laggy today, which is not good. So 9 million for Hoga. We could probably get him for kind of closer to like maybe 6.5. I mean, Hoga's a cheap player, and I think that's what we need at Everton is the cheaper players anyway. So Schneiderlin, not gonna be getting him. We'll keep Trapp then. We'll keep that there. And we'll keep Milanda there as well. We'll advance on a little bit more. See who else we can pick up. Christ, Barcelona have signed Hazard for 54 million. Hallam Hope. He is a young player, 450k. I don't look to use him, but yeah, we'll just get rid of him because he's not really going to be used. I want a 40, and we're not going to have to use him anyway. So there you go. Rejected. The sum is too low. We believe he's worth more than that. That's fair enough. You know, a day is going to be a bit of an expensive signing. I would have thought anyway. So we're going to have to be prepared to pay a little bit more than his, you know, value. And for some reason, my Xbox, I have to keep doing that to get it to work. So I don't mind paying 7 million for a day. I think he'd be worth 7 million any day of the week. You know, he's going to be a solid player if we can get him. But again, it'd be difficult to. Milanda there. So we just need a striker and a CDM really. And I mean, Howard, I don't know what we're going to do about that, because that's a bit of a worry if we can't sell him for some reason. But yeah, hopefully we can, because as much as I respect Tim Howard as an Everton legend, he is old as shit. And look at that, they've accepted for Berahino of £2 million. I can deal with that, you know. He can be a player who, even though he is a low rating, I'm not going to give him that 25k. I don't really want to give him any squad role yet, because I'm not too sure what part he'll play in this team. Apologies for that, guys. I had to leave my room because someone came up to get me. I went and recorded another like 7 minutes of footage, and it cut out. So I was like, what the hell? Which is really bad. And we actually signed Berahino and Hoga in that time. And I'll prove to you how much we signed them for. And we've got a day in an offer right now. We did actually sign a day, and my power cut out literally as soon as I did that. And I keep getting this stupid bloody lag as well, which is annoying. But as you can see, we signed Marco Hoga for 6.5 million. And we also signed Berahino for 2 million from West Brom. And I was literally just completed the Brown a day transfer. Went to put in my squad, my power went. So I was like, oh, for God's sake, this is twice in the same recording session I've been interrupted. Luckily, we didn't lose Berahino or Hoga in that time, but we did lose a day because I didn't save beforehand, which is kind of annoying. But hopefully we don't get another power cut, and we'll continue on. So apologies for that. I do have the worst luck with recording. As you guys know, my Elgato fucks up all the time. They still accepted for Brown a day, so that's a good start. 70k was what we wanted anyway, and crucial. So thankfully, it saved the progress that we did make, apart from Brown a day. But as I was saying, we saved it at 254, so it actually must have auto-saved, which is decent, because yeah, it must have auto-saved because I didn't save it, so that was lucky. But I'm not too sure what we're going to do with the remainder of the cash, because we'll have about 1 million left. We've got an offer for Kone. We can't accept that because we're selling Kone as part of a deal for Brown a day. And a day is around about 77 overall. I was literally just going through his stats, showing you his skill moves and stuff, and it cut out, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. GG power, cheers for that. But hopefully it doesn't happen again, because it is really, really annoying. But yeah, it came back on straight away as well, which is even worse when it does that, because it's just a piss take. But we've got a day. I'm going to save it just to make sure, because no my luck, it will just cut out again. But yeah, we'll quickly save the game. What the fuck? 25th of May. Yeah, the game wasn't even out then, was it, you bellend? What has happened with this save? Honestly, we've just glitched it out. Oh, so now it's glitched at the bottom. That's great. So we've now got a glitched career mode save, which is awful. But a day, as you can see, literally doing this last time, went through the squad. Here he is, Brown a day, tank of a player, 2-star skills, high-low work rate, which is exactly what we need. 2-star isn't the best, but that high-low work rate is insane. 4-star weak foot, and he looks to be a decent backup for Samuel Eto'o, you know. Obviously, Eto's in his last season now, so we probably won't be playing him too much. And you know, we've got Alcacer as well, who hopefully start growing, a day, and Berahino. So we're doing quite well in that respect. And now my only issue is the keeper, but because we can't sell Tim Howard, I don't know if this was in the first bit of gameplay or not, but we can't actually offer him up for anyone. They just do not accept it, which absolutely sucks. So for some reason, when I go to put him as part of a deal for Trapp or, you know, Sirigu or anyone like that, they just come back and I don't know, you're not doing that, you can't do that. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I don't know why. As you can see, he's not on the list, and I don't know why that is. But as you can see, quite a few of the first teamers are missing now. Obviously, it doesn't give us a reason either. It just says you literally cannot sign, you cannot sell Tim Howard as part of a deal, but you can actually sell him. So I don't understand. You know, he's transfer listed and he's taking up 70k. It's so annoying. You know, we just cannot do anything unless it's because he's not contracted for very long. When does his contract run out? Is that the reason we can't put him as part of a deal? I honestly have no clue. He's still got 3 years on his contract, so I don't understand why we can't sell him. But that means we can't get a new keeper this season. So what I'm probably going to do is chuck it all on wages and sign some youth scouts, because I don't know if we need anyone else now. So we could do with hiring a scout. God, we're going to have to sign the shittiest scout ever. Oh, Christ. What I should have done at the end of last season was put it all onto transfer budget, because we had a shit ton of money, and then we could have just signed a really good scout. We've got, what, 5.8 million to sign a youth scout. So that will sign any of these guys apart from him. Really? We need to sign him. We need to sign that guy. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to keep advancing on. But yeah, I do apologise for that, because obviously I couldn't do a lot about it. But nonetheless, you know, always get fucked over when I'm recording or anything like that. Something always happens that just screws me over. We had this guy that I was looking at. I inquired about him off camera, and he looks like a fairly decent striker from Southampton. Someone that I could actually get. I mean, why not? I might go for this guy actually, because I think he's a regen. I can't remember whose regen he was. I think it was Drogba, because he's from the Ivory Coast. So it'd be nice to get this guy into the team. Oh, he's just moved. Kind of sucks. But yeah, that doesn't matter too much. Schürrle, we're not going to be getting Andre Schürrle, that's for sure. But yeah, Naismith. I wouldn't mind selling Naismith actually, I'm not going to lie. He's someone that I don't really look to use, but I would like to get a little bit of money out of him. Now we've got a day and Berahino, you know, Naismith and Eto'o can be off on their way, you know, it doesn't bother me too much at the moment. And the team, I'm liking the look of it, you know, obviously the only player in the starting 11 is Unkalu and Hoga, but it's a good enough team to get top 4, and in January hopefully we can get a new keeper in, but it all depends whether or not, you know, we do well. I mean, Kevin Trapp, he's an 81 rated keeper as well, so it'd be awesome to get him, but I literally can't. 4.1, I want 4.5, I'm going to be really cheeky, hopefully they'll do that, because guys don't have a lot of money, but Naismith would be great for them. I didn't even use him last season, I legitimately used him for about 2 games, so it would be fairly pointless if to use him, to not use him, to even keep him even. What the fuck am I on about? 20 million? Really? You know what? 21 million for Alcacer. I know we only just signed him, but if we could sell him for that much, holy shit, that would be an absolute deal. I would have no complaints selling him for 20 million. We could bring in a new striker and a new keeper with that sort of money. So, obviously, if we can sell him for that, then we freaking well will. But, I don't know. I can't imagine them accepting that. You drunk. 11 million, yeah. Nah. We're not selling Alcacer if he's going that cheap. He has to be at least, 18.8. I wouldn't mind selling him for that. He's a shit player, and to be honest, he hasn't done a lot for us so far, so it wouldn't bother me too much. 4.1, I'm just going to accept that for Naismith. We don't need him. We do not need him at all. But 9 million, is that going to get us a keeper? That's what I want, is a keeper, but I don't know. We could try and get, like, an older keeper, but that's kind of the reason we sold Howard, because we didn't have a keeper, so it's kind of a bit silly, I guess. We probably need about 70k. I mean, 8 million is not going to get us a keeper, is it, really? I'm trying to think of keepers who could be cheap, but we need someone who's going to be good, so it's a little bit of an issue, actually. But let's see what comes back, because I wouldn't mind selling off a few players that we don't use, it doesn't matter. The future of my career, no, he's going to retire, isn't he? This is what we're going to be hearing, because now I can't sell him. Nah, we're going to reject that. Alcacer, as shit as he is, I would rather sell him for a big margin or not sell him at all, That might be playing my last season. It gets tougher each year to go through pre-season. Okay. I just wish I could sell Howard. It's so annoying that you can't sell him. Because now it's going to be like, you can't sell him because he's going to retire. 4.3. You know what? If we could sponge 6. I don't mind selling off these players, guys. I know I'm selling like half the team. But it would be for the good, We got rid of Naismith now. It gets him off the budget. We need to bring in a keeper now. Because no doubt Howard's actually... his thing is now considering retirement, so there's no way I can't even sell him now. So, if we're going to sign someone, we're going to have to do it quick. But as for keepers I could sign, I have no idea. I'm going to have to probably do it in the next episode, because I'm not too sure who to sign for upcoming match. We're not even going to play this one. Who the frick even is that? But we are going to play our second team, which is this. So we'll give it a debut to Berahino, and we'll change this team around a little bit. We've obviously got some new players now. We'll do that for the second team. We've got a game against Hertha. Sorry if you can hear the phone ringing downstairs. I'm not going to answer that. But yeah, we're going to skip past this match. Hopefully someone can get a goal. Drew 1-1. Who actually scored in that? I have no idea. Oh, that's alright, Eto. Eto is a good player, but obviously I'm not going to be playing him too much now that he is retiring at the end of the season. It's not really worth playing him. Okay. Did we sell Naismith? We did. So we got 5.6 million. I mean, to be honest, we're only going to need, like, probably like that. So we've got 8 million to get a keeper. I don't even know who we could get for that sort of price. It'd certainly be fairly difficult. But this is probably going to be almost the end of the episode, guys. We are getting fairly long. I think the other episode, let me have a look, I think it was like 8 minutes long, so it's going to be like 18 minutes already. But what I do want is a goalkeeper. We need a goalkeeper, and I will try my best to get one sorted for next episode. Someone we'll have a look at, though, is Rui Patricio, who apparently is a pretty decent keeper, so if we can do that, we'll just do that now. We'll very quickly go and have a look. I mean, if I can get a keeper for 8 million, I'll be happy. That would be literally the perfect transfer window for me. Rui Patricio, there he is, a keeper, 27 years old, from Sporting Lisbon. We'll just inquire, see how much he'll go for, and then that'll be the end of the episode for today. Hopefully you guys haven't been enjoying this career mode. I've been really enjoying it now that we've kind of got to the end of the season. It's all fun and games. And 23 million, okay, that's not going to be happening. We'll put in a very cheeky offer of 8 million, but there's no way that's going to be happening. That's a bit shit. Keepers seem to be very expensive in this game. I don't know what it is, but they always do seem to be expensive. We'll quickly sim this game here against Cordoba here. Hopefully Berahino can get himself a goal. I really hope he does do quite well for us. And Eto's got a double there. And a Day got one as well. Yay! Brown Days actually got a goal on his debut, I think that was. Rejected. Okay, so that isn't going to happen. But that is going to be the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If we get 5 likes on this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And I will speak to you guys in the next episode that should be uploaded tomorrow. Thank you and goodbye.